For over 130 years, Algeria was ruled by France, its people living under foreign control generation after generation. The French presence was so deep it felt permanent, shaping every aspect of Algerian life, from the land they farmed to the language they spoke. The colonial system was designed to be unbreakable, crushing any act of defiance and making freedom seem like a distant fantasy. Children learned French history, sang French songs, and saw their own culture pushed aside. Yet, hope survived. Stories and songs about a free Algeria were quietly passed down, keeping the dream alive. Grandparents whispered of a time before the French, nurturing a sense of identity and quiet rebellion. This connection to the past became the foundation for a future struggle. The journey from hopelessness to independence is a testament to resilience. The belief that even the strongest empire cannot extinguish the desire for freedom. Algeria's story is proof that a people's will to be free can overcome even the greatest obstacles. Algeria's fight for freedom is more than history. It's a living lesson about justice, identity, and the human drive for self-determination. The scars of colonialism still shape our world, from borders to ongoing struggles for equality. Algeria's experience reveals the deep wounds left by domination and the power of reclaiming national identity. Under French rule, Algerians were pressured to forget their language and culture, but their fight was also a fight for their soul. In a globalized world, Algeria's story reminds us that culture is the heart of a nation. Most importantly, it inspires hope. Even against overwhelming odds, unity and determination can achieve the impossible. The Algerian struggle is a timeless example of liberation that still resonates worldwide. French rule in Algeria began in 1830 with a violent invasion, marking the start of over a century of domination. France made Algeria an official part of its territory, but Algerians were denied citizenship and basic rights. European settlers, the Idais, took the best land and jobs, while native Algerians became second-class subjects. The colonial government seized resources, enriching settlers and France, while Algerians labored in poverty. This system created a society divided by privilege and discrimination. For over 130 years, the French flag flew over Algeria, but the dream of freedom never died in the hearts of its people. Daily injustice and exploitation fueled a growing desire to reclaim their homeland. The reality of foreign rule was not just political, it was a daily experience of humiliation and loss. This long oppression set the stage for a powerful movement for independence. Everyday life for Algerians under French rule was a constant reminder of their inferior status. The best neighborhoods, schools, and jobs were reserved for settlers. Algerians faced limited opportunities and harsh discrimination. Signs, laws, and police all served to reinforce the message: you are less important. They imposed harsher laws and punishments on Algerians, creating fear and powerlessness. Parents had to explain to their children why they couldn't share the same spaces as French kids. This daily humiliation forged a strong bond among Algerians, uniting them in shared struggle. The sense of injustice and longing for dignity became the emotional fuel for revolution. Despite the sadness and anger, a collective identity grew stronger. The pain of exclusion became a source of unity and resolve. This shared hardship would soon ignite a movement for change. The desire for freedom in Algeria grew slowly, beginning with early uprisings that were crushed by French power. By the 20th century, educated Algerians formed political groups, at first seeking equality, not independence. Their peaceful petitions and protests were ignored, deepening frustration. After World Wars I and II, Algerian soldiers returned home expecting change, but found only broken promises. Disillusionment led many to abandon hope for reform within the French system. Leaders like Ferhat Abbas shifted from seeking assimilation to demanding independence. The Cecep and Guelma massacre in 1945, where thousands of peaceful demonstrators were killed, was a turning point. The brutality convinced many that only armed struggle could bring freedom. The idea of violent resistance spread, and the dream of independence became a call to action. The massacre shattered hope for peaceful change and united a new generation in the fight. The spark of resistance had become a flame. Algerians now believed that only force could end colonial rule. The nation was ready for revolution. In 1954, the National Liberation Front, FLN, was born, determined to win independence through armed struggle. The FLN launched coordinated attacks on November 1, 1954, Toussaint Rouge, marking the start of the Algerian War of Independence. Their guerrilla tactics shocked the French and inspired Algerians. The FLN's military wing, the ALN, used the terrain to their advantage, striking quickly and disappearing. They built a shadow government, collecting taxes and administering justice in villages. The FLN united Algerians under one banner, isolating the French and gaining popular support. Diplomats took their cause to the world, framing the struggle as a fight against colonial oppression. The FLN absorbed rival groups, becoming the main force for independence. Their combination of military action and international diplomacy transformed a small uprising into a national movement. The world began to take notice as the FLN challenged the French Empire. The revolution was now unstoppable. The Algerian War of Independence, from 1954 to 1962, was brutal and costly. France sent hundreds of thousands of soldiers, determined to crush the rebellion. The war was fought everywhere, mountains, villages, cities, touching every Algerian life. The French used forced relocations, torture, and mass arrests to break resistance. Millions were uprooted, families torn apart, and entire communities destroyed. Torture and disappearances became common, creating a climate of fear. Civilians suffered from violence on all sides, deepening divisions within society. The economy collapsed, and the social fabric was shredded. Estimates of Algerian deaths range from hundreds of thousands to over 1 million. Despite the suffering, the people's resolve only grew stronger. Shared sacrifice created unbreakable solidarity and national purpose. Algerians endured unimaginable hardship, believing it was necessary for freedom. Their resilience made victory possible. After 8 years of war, France accepted defeat and signed the Evian Accords in 1962, granting Algeria independence. Algerians voted overwhelmingly for freedom, and on July 5, 1962, the nation was reborn. Celebrations erupted as the Algerian flag replaced the French tricolor. Nearly 1 million European settlers fled, leaving a void in the economy and administration. The new government faced the challenge of rebuilding a society denied education and opportunity for generations. Reclaiming Arab Islamic culture became a priority. Arabic was restored as the official language. Algeria nationalized its oil and gas, gaining control over its economy for the first time. The early years were difficult, but independence brought dignity and self-determination. The scars of war ran deep, but the achievement was monumental. Algeria was finally free to shape its own destiny. A nation, once broken, was reborn from the ashes of struggle. Today, Algeria's victory over colonialism inspires people everywhere fighting for justice and self-determination. It proves that unity and resilience can overcome even the mightiest empires. Algeria's struggle highlights the importance of cultural identity and the high cost of freedom. The story warns of the human toll of oppression and the need for justice and equality. Artists, activists, and nations draw strength from Algeria's example. The fight for dignity and freedom is always worth it. Algeria's story is a timeless reminder. Even the impossible can be achieved through courage and unity.